Professional athletics are not about companionship or friendship. They are a cruel, ruthless place where sentiment fades fast and money is king. There is one unavoidable reality in this life. Your market value is the only thing that determines your value. Either you operate the revenue-generating engine, or you are just a passenger who is totally reliant on it to get anywhere. The WNBA has functioned like a league full of second passengers for almost 25 years. Teams operated a billion-dollar enterprise that was constantly losing money and only managed to survive because to NBA backing. A vociferous number of second veteran players, meanwhile, developed an incredible sense of entitlement. Women's sports, they considered themselves to be untouchable global icons. Seconds then, Caitlin Clark showed up. As soon as she took the court, she broke all viewership records and invested billions of dollars in the sport virtually instantly. The passengers didn't celebrate their response, not their appreciation. They attempted to seize control in an attempt to steal the momentum she generated. This isn't just a straightforward labor conflict. It's a slow-motion corporate collapse. The WNBA Players Association is threatening to completely ruin the 2026 season. In essence, they're pointing a loaded pistol at rich owners by seeking guaranteed maximum contracts, free housing, and an astounding 50% of league 14-second income. The veteran establishment is attempting to promote the idea that the influx of new supporters are 22 seconds loyal to the union. They think they have complete leverage because of their strike threat, but their plan is failing. And Caitlin Clark, the very player they attempted to silence ago, is the one who revealed it. The poisonous, self-serving politics of the WNBA are no longer relevant to Clark. She made a masterful move at Team USA's training camp that could go down as one of the most brilliant strategic moves in sports history. She has proven to the world that she is the sport's most valuable asset without making any jabs or getting involved in trivial social media disputes. She is essential to the WNBA's survival. The WNBA is not necessary for her. 58 seconds. This international camp's footage is more than just practice tape. The veterans attempting to keep the league hostage for 5 seconds are the target of this masterful psychological move. In comparison, the culture, the environment, and the emphasis on excellence on a worldwide scale demonstrate how tiny and poisonous union politics appear. Additionally, Caitlin Clark has drastically changed the balance of power, and the league must deal with the consequences.
Kind of doing some drills here. Let's see them cook up for a little bit. Chelsea, no look. Caitlin, side dribble. Main thing is they're enjoying themselves, man. I love it. Okay, Angel to Stu, easy work. It seems like Caitlin is hanging with Kelsey a lot. Paige always yelling. Paige yelling about anything these days.
50 seconds. Nobody is burdened by workplace stress or worry. These are the upcoming generation of American basketball stars, including Caitlin Clark and Breanna Stewart. 58 seconds laughing, competing, and shouting USA together. As elite pros who genuinely love being on the court, they are experiencing the height of their athletic potential and playing the sport they love. Now, compare that to the gloomy, hostile cloud that hangs over the WNBA labor issue for 9 seconds. In an attempt to persuade the people that they are oppressed victims in a world run by rich owners, the seasoned union officials have created a campaign of suffering. They want media attention that is driven by hatred, resentment, and persistent threats of a work stoppage. Even their own vice presidents are releasing letters to 34 seconds ESPN pleading for openness because they have so severely contaminated the environment. For 40 seconds, Caitlin Clark radiated pure, unadulterated excitement as she strolled onto the Team USA court. She totally destroyed the union's public relations plan in the process. Sponsors, networks, and team owners received a crystal-clear message from her in 47 seconds. I am the secure, high-end, 53-second drama-free investment. In contrast to the WNBA, which seems disorganized and helpless, Clark is a worldwide superstar. She is demonstrating that there is no systemic toxicity in women's basketball. A small, envious group of seasoned players who are determined to hold on to power for 9 seconds established it artificially. The union believed that by using Caitlin Clark's popularity to put pressure on the owners, they could entangle her in their labor conflict. However, 16 seconds later, Clark left through the back door and entered the world's largest international stage, totally altering the balance of power. We must examine market value from a corporate perspective in order to fully comprehend the 25 seconds union's catastrophic error. A 33-second millionaire cannot be bluffed in any high-stakes bargain. When the person on the other side of the table is aware that you have no other option, you cannot threaten to leave. However, the veterans of the WNBA think they had a 41-second independent market value. Without Clark, they believe the fans would still watch their iconic style of basketball. They tested it. In order to demonstrate that they could make money without Caitlin Clark, they 49 seconds later established the unparalleled 3-on-3 league, a completely different ecology. The 57-second outcome is a complete catastrophe. As soon as the league debuted, ratings crashed. When fans noticed that number 22 wasn't on the floor, they quickly changed to the 6-second channel. TNT network executives who were relying on a Caitlin Clark wave were completely terrified. 13 seconds, and things got worse. Aaliyah Boston and other cornerstone athletes sustained severe injuries during pointless exhibition games, demonstrating the venture's 21-second financial and bodily vulnerability. The market issued a harsh verdict when the veterans used their trump card. 28 seconds, they are practically useless on a national broadcast without Caitlin Clark. Turn the script around now. See what transpires when the real golden goose hits the ground.
Mind you, look at the teams while y'all looking too. Look, Angel knocking them down, dog. I know it's quick. Caitlin with the game winner. Caitlin with the game winner, dog. Got the stun on him, come on.
Caitlin Clark scores the game-winning goal at 54 seconds. The entire business model is included in that one moment. A $2 billion television agreement is justified by that product. The entire sports economy is paying attention to this 3-second magnetic generational skill. Adam Silver, Kathy, Joe Tsai, Matt Ishbia, 10 Seconds Engelbert, and WNBA owners are all watching this Team USA video and calculating. A billionaire is seeing more than just a player as they witness Clark hitting a game-winning 19-second drill during practice and going viral right away. They are witnessing market capitalization, leverage, 25 seconds, and an indispensable asset. The owners won't worry if the WNBA Players Association follows through on their threat to go on strike on March 10th. 33 seconds later, they realize the harsh reality and refuse to give in. Caitlin Clark is the only asset that counts. Additionally, Clark is just 40 seconds away from the WNBA's self-destruction. The veteran players risk complete financial devastation if the 2026 season is postponed or canceled. 49 seconds, paychecks vanish. Relevance disappears. They insisted that the league cover the leases. They are going to default. Their legacies have been forgotten. In the meantime, Caitlin Clark loses nothing in 58 seconds. She just directs her massive, fervently devoted fan base into the FIA World Cup qualifying in 5 seconds if the WNBA fails. Broadcast on TNT Sports, the same network that gave up on the unparalleled league 12 seconds after determining the veterans were a bad investment, then switched billions to protect Clark's rights abroad. The union is attempting to play 20 seconds of high-stakes poker without any chips. Without their rookie point guard, they expose themselves as a failing product and threaten billionaires at the same time. It's a 27-second corporate illusion that verges on madness. This is the unsaid reality. They won't be touched by the mainstream media. The goal of the strike is not to defend athletes from the working class. The rookies are pleading for a settlement with their agents. 80% of the league's workers are still unemployed, and 40% are waiting to sign contracts. The veteran establishment uses the strike as a tool to block Caitlin Clark's inevitable ascent. Think about the psychology at work in 7:497 minutes, 49 seconds. The old guard governed a tiny, isolated, 53-second and profitable country for decades. They controlled the narrative, imposed blind reverence on newcomers, and established hierarchies in the locker room. Then, 1 second later, Caitlin Clark from Iowa arrived. She broke viewing records, attracted millions of new followers, won significant endorsements from Nike and Gatorade, and made the 8-second experience leadership irrelevant both monetarily and culturally. They hate her. They dislike how well-liked she is. They detest that a 22-year-old phenomenon eclipsed all they spent 20 years, 16 seconds, developing. They are now afraid of her second season. 23 seconds acclimated, completely healthy, and ready to rule on her own terms. The union strike is a scorched earth attempt to deprive Clark of a year of his prime, silence the new supporters for 33 seconds, and demonstrate that the veterans still hold the reins of power. They are prepared to ruin the $2 billion media agreement, ruin the livelihoods of their own union members, and trigger a financial catastrophe, all in an effort to establish dominance. However, Caitlin Clark just pulled off the perfect counterattack. She checkmated them with quiet, unwavering humility rather than rage or 50-second aggression.
Man, I think, this is every kid's dream. I think I wrote it down when I was in like 3rd grade. So I'm just excited about this opportunity. And I remember Kara Cowan talking to us, like when me and Paige, and I know AB isn't here, but even I played with Ryan on the U19 team. Like on the junior national teams, there's only going to be like a couple of you that end up making it to make a senior debut. So whether that's the World Cup, whether the World Cup qualifier, whether that's, the Olympics, every single part of it and part of the journey is really special. So I know we're a ways away even from the World Cup and obviously a ways away from the Olympics, but this is still really exciting.
Listen to the utter, untouchable beauty of that statement for 30 seconds. This is what Clark refers to as every child's dream. By publicly adopting this same attitude, she demonstrates a great deal of respect for the platform, honors the journey, presents herself as a modest student of the game, 40 seconds, and exudes complete professionalism on the biggest stage in the world. In just 47 seconds, Caitlin Clark is destroying the WNBA veteran's last-ditch narrative. The old guard wants to call her entitled. They wish to portray her fans as poisonous.